Say hello. Say hello. My beautiful boy. And you come in and you do the readings with me, don't you? He loves doing the readings. And it's not the same when he's preoccupied somewhere else, is it? You're going to say hello? Say hello to everybody. Yes? Say hello. Big, hello. That's the way. You stay there. You can sit with me while we do our readings. Yeah. Oh, he's a gorgeous boy. He's great company. He's got something to say. Have you got something to say? Welcome. Hi Capricorn. Thank you for joining me for your May Zodiac Wheel reading. I invite Great Spirit, angels and guides to join me in this reading for Capricorn for their highest good and for the good of all concerned. Thank you for any messages that come through for Capricorn. Thank you. So, here to start with Capricorn, you've got some invitations and get-togethers being shown here. So that's good signs for any of you that are still in lockdown. The time is coming where you will be able to invite people around, or you'll be invited over to their place. The Three of Cups, celebrations, new birth as well. Christenings even. So I really like that that's showing there for you, because being one of the cardinal signs, you've really felt that Capricorn energy intensely strong. Being a Capricorn even more so. So it will be nice for you to have an easing up of the pressure that's been really sitting on Capricorns for what feels like forever now, but we're getting to the other side of it. You know, you could have really been feeling lately that you've just had enough. You know, it's just one thing after another. Relentless. And, you know, even through all these restrictions, if there's one sign that's probably still getting up and going to work every day, it will be a Capricorn. And that's maybe not because they want to, it's just that, you know, a lot of us Capricorns, or Capricorn risings, the workload didn't stop. And they're either the essential workers or the construction workers, or for some reason they didn't get to have that break that really a lot of people in their working lives, they did need the break. Maybe not as long as what we've had, but they did need the break, because it gives for a time of reflection and really contemplating what they want to see manifest in their lives. This time of lockdown has given people that opportunity. So if you have had that opportunity, Capricorn, then this is letting you know that you've decided you want to have fun. Because fun hasn't really been the key word for Capricorns over the last couple of years, with all these planets in Capricorn making everything hard work. The rewards are coming, Capricorn. They're on their way. Okay? And here at the beginnings of it, you're seeing things sprouting now and growing leaves, and your ideas are getting tentacles. So it's all been worth it. It's sad that there has been so much loss involved with this time of retreat and reflection. Many of you may have lost people that are very precious to you, and I am sorry for your loss. Now, with Jupiter in retrograde on the 14th of May, your long-term financial prospects are looking pretty good, Capricorn. You may have needed to make some readjustments, and also you may discover that you need to not be so stubborn. Also, there's something that is showing me there's a stubbornness there, and needing to, in order to achieve this sort of recognition and celebration, you need to refrain from being stubborn and sticking in the groove and not letting yourself see the bigger picture. You've also got Pluto there in that first house conjuncting Jupiter, and Pluto's going retrograde as well. So that could see you actually constantly challenging yourself and wanting others to embrace the changes that you're making in yourself. Okay, you know, you have quite a powerful personality when Pluto is transiting the first house. So I do feel that others will be recognizing that in you. And the Pluto retro will help you to be honest with yourself. It'll help you free yourself from what may have motivated you in the past. Also, there is that power of forgiveness involved with the Pluto retrograde, forgiving yourself or forgiving others, and that is where the power is, in that forgiveness. Now here, as I said, this is the sprouts are starting to show from all your hard work. And this is going to really boost your self-esteem, boost your resources, even though there is that unpredictability with the economics of the world at the moment. You've sort of been plugging away at it for so long that there's no reason why you can't prosper. So even though here through May it's just small little gains, and also learning, there's also an academic quality to do with that too. So it may be that you have your resources, but you're going to use them for broadening your knowledge and understanding. in order to get yourself into a better position to acquire better security for yourself. And here is in the communication area for you, the Two of Swords, which is letting you know that, you know, you may have to debate at some level. But I don't feel that this will turn into anything that's too aggressive, because there will be a truce made with those that you have to communicate with, and this area is governed by modes of transport, short distance travel, siblings, neighbourhoods, relatives, that kind of thing. But there is that energy there indicating that there will be a truce. So I do feel that there's the debate that you, because that's what I'm hearing is debate. So any debating that you need to do will be worth it. You will get your point across. And there's twos. You've got two twos there. So and side by side. So I do feel that the two energy of duality is also, so you sort of got to do things in a double. You got to double up, or there's two things being issues that are being brought up, two ways of handling a person or a situation. Yeah, which is quite ironic because of the Gemini influence that's very strong starting here in May. With you've got quite a lot of energy in Gemini from the Sun, Mercury, Venus, so forth, all in Gemini in this later part of May, after the first 2 weeks. So again, the duality. There's duality that you've got to deal with. You've got to handle two things at the same time. It could even be two jobs. You're not just working one job, you work in two jobs. Hence why your resources are increasing. So now the Saturn will be retrograde in your second house as well. So that is always a bit of a wild ride when Saturn's in your second house, let alone retrograde, so hold on to your hat. So that's May the 10th. Now you don't have to worry, because what you've gone through with the Saturn in Capricorn for the last couple of years, you've undergone a massive personal transformation. So shifting from the first house to the second house will affect your values and your self-worth and your morals, and that area of your material possessions will be highlighted over the next couple of years, and it push you to develop a more realistic attitude towards them. Okay, now at the moment you may be relying on your financial possessions or situation to determine how you feel about yourself as a person. So if that is the case, then you need to save up and organise your finances so that you're in a good position, because you may have to be a bit more frugal in the time ahead. Now the Saturn retrograde is closely associated with time, and the Saturn retro is letting us know that the past, present and future are all in the now. So what have you learnt? That will be what is highlighted. It gives you the chance to recognise, to be a part of the solution and not the problem, Capricorn. Okay? And Pluto is also retrograde with Saturn. No, with Jupiter. Sorry. Saturn will go back into Capricorn, so the Pluto will be retrograde with Capricorn as well. But then once Saturn goes direct, it goes back into Aquarius, which goes back into your second house. So Pluto and Jupiter are both retrograde in Capricorn. Okay, so that Pluto retrograde is allowing you the time to break old cycles so that you can heal for positive change. Wonderful time to work on yourself and get honest with yourself. And the really learning the power of forgiveness, forgiving yourself or forgiving others. Okay? Peeling back the layers. It's like layers of an onion, getting to the core of any issues that are holding you up. Anything from your past that you're hung up on. It's time to purge them and cleanse. Cleanse the inner you. Okay? Now, again, that is also being reaffirmed here with the death card being in the area of home, family and the base of the matter. So that is a very Plutonic energy, the death card. Okay? And that is going to be affecting your family and your own inner healing. So there's a lot of healing that can be done here, they're showing me. And you're needing it. You really have had it tough. You've persevered and you've kept going, you know, in spite of it all, and you're in need of a bit of a break and for things to, you know, really lighten up on you a little bit, Capricorn. And that's not to say that you haven't made great strides ahead and that you're not achieved a lot, but you're tired. You're tired, and you want the tide of change to change in your favour. So here with the House of Fun, there's still, you know, like, fun is something that's eluding you a little bit, Capricorns, but never fear, it will return. It's just that you still got to do the hard yards at the moment. And here in the 5th house also of on the 23rd of May is the new moon in Gemini. Okay, so a good time to put forward your intentions for the month ahead for some of the fun that you really do want to get involved in. Okay, now you can expect the unexpected because you also do have that Uranus energy there in that 5th house as well. So there could be some surprises along the way. It's not going to be all work and no play, but I do feel that you really need to make it about getting out into nature and looking after your health and well-being. Okay, if you make the fun about that, the gates are going to be open quicker for you. Whereas if you're making the fun about stubbornly resisting something, then the gates will be closed again. Okay. Now here in the area of work and your job, health, day-to-day routines. Again, a lot of hard work. So, and you know, but climbing the mountain, getting to the top of the mountain, being king of the mountain or queen of the mountain. But it's taken an awful lot to get you there. I mean, your intention is to celebrate and have some fun, but your reality is hard work and slogging along, and that's your inner world and how you're doing it, you know, which is, you know, these cards down here for you, Capricorn. Even though the planets are saying the same thing, put in the hard slog and you'll achieve the rewards. There's big parts of you that, you know, really don't want to do that and are fighting yourself as well as others about it, and you know, you reluctantly just keep going and trying to turn your working life into something that can be resembled as fun, and feeling the burdens that you're carrying. So now, one of the things with this is letting go of that desire to escape. It's sort of like you've even shut off even thinking about that, like thinking about having all this fun. You here through May, you're just sort of saying, oh well, I've just got to do what you just got to do. You got to do, and you keep on keeping on. Whereas coming here as your relationship and partnership area, it is showing you that you've got loyalty and stability there, and that King of Wands is a fire sign energy, so he's Aries, Leo or Sagittarian energy, masculine, and at the very least, even if he is a business associate or a working associate, at least you have a sense of the friendship quality through that, which is sadly lacking down here, because it's, you know, all work and no play, and you're desperately wanting that to change so that you can spend more time with family. I feel more than to do with the home. This is more connecting with your family and feeling that, you know, feeling like it's forever, really. So you've got some choice, so it's starting to show that these burdens will lift and that you will be in a position of making some choices, and it's choice of vice or virtue too, so be careful that you're not tempted to use drugs or alcohol to escape from the inescapable because you're not having any fun. You're better off, you know, allowing yourself just to wander off into some fantasy world, really, than to use some sort of stimulant. But yeah, the Lovers is ultimately about choice, and it's also about, because this is the area of your sex life and your intimacy and that kind of thing in your wheel. So it is also about your love life. So those of you that are coupled, I feel that, you know, you do have that person in your life where you can have some intimacy and escape through that. Okay, and there is some signs there of assistance, you know, from others. You've got some regeneration and other people's resources, sexuality, rebirth, and transformation are all associated with that area of your 8th house in the wheel, and this is showing that you can choose You've got some choices there, so that's where you find some of your freedom. Okay, as it's showing here with the Five of Swords, you're not feeling that there's that much freedom involved with long distance travel or your education, higher education, higher knowledge, and that area has caused you some kind of stress or anxiety and worry. So you've turned your back on it. You've sort of given up on that for the time being. You're not even going to think about it because it's just making you worry too much. So, which pretty much it does explain our tourism industry at the moment. So that's sort of the area that I'm feeling this is depicting. So some of you Capricorns working in the tourism area are really feeling that it's over, you know, but it's not. It's not over. It's far from it. It's on hold, but it will come back, and there will be things about it that don't actually come back the same as what they were before. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we all know that how concerned everybody was about the state of the planet and the environmental problems we were having and all that sort of stuff. So I do feel that that will be something that does change, but it's letting you know that, you know, you will be able to still achieve some of those goals and dreams of travel and things like that. It may just be done a little bit differently to what it was before. But if there's anything that you are wanting to leave behind in your life and not take on, because in a way when we come out of this isolation and we come out of this lockdown and the virus is actually under control and gone, it's like we're all going to be reborn again. So this is also a time for higher contemplation of, if you knew you were going to be reborn, what would you take with you and what would you leave behind? And contemplate that. Okay, it could be an attitude, it could be, you know, you tell me in the comments what you would want to take forward into your new life of being reborn back into the world, and what you would leave behind. I'd love to hear from you. Now here in your zenith of your wheel, just letting you know, don't worry, everything's going to be alright and you're going to be feeling very happy, is the Empress. So that's the social status, that's the professional area, the career, the zenith of the wheel, and you've got the Empress card influencing that. Fruitfulness, abundance, nurturing, pampering, enjoying being pampered. Lovely energy there for you, Capricorn. It's the pinnacle. It's where all this sacrifice and hard work that you've been doing on yourself, as well as in your working life, your day-to-day duties and your inner healing, are all paying off here, and you're letting go of the things that you need to not take with you on this new journey ahead that we're all going to be embarking on. New attitudes are coming out of that, and you're going to be able to afford to look after yourself well and give yourself some pampering, and from that be able to nurture others. So that's really lovely, isn't it? Really nice. So yeah, very happy to see that there. And here in the 11th house is the King of Swords. Now he is an authority figure, and I usually see them as something to do with the law system. So we could still be seeing, you know, the influence of the police presence and stuff like that, which will hold up your social enjoyment to a certain degree as well, being here in that 11th house of your social life and friendships and hopes and wishes. So, or if you are indeed in need of legal advice, this is showing you that there is someone that you know that can help you with that and is willing to share their knowledge with you. Okay, now the full moon in Scorpio is going to be in the 11th house on the 7th of May. So you could find too that you act as a catalyst to your friends, helping them to face in hidden aspects of themselves and transform their lives. Because you're a powerful member of any group, Capricorn. Okay? And joy for you is discovered through ideas which lift you up and serve humanity. And using your personal will for the common good. Which is a lovely place to be coming from, Capricorn. There'll be lots of benefits and rewards coming towards you using those ethics. And again, we have another king here who can also be of assistance for you. It may be that deep emotion that you're feeling within yourself. This is the King of Cups, and being able to really tune into your feelings and the feelings of others, using your sixth sense to guide you. Antennas up, Capricorn, and trusting your intuition there with that. And I do feel that you are on your spiritual quest. And therefore, you may find yourself, you know, teaching and advising and helping others. And with this King of Cups here, finding that, you know, you might be surprising yourself about the wisdom that actually comes from within you. Okay, so I'll just ask for the angel, guardian angel for Capricorn for May. Who is Capricorn's guardian angel for May? What message is there for Capricorns from their guardian angel? Take that one. That one doesn't want to go down. And you have the angel of immigration. Not immigration. Imagination. Okay, there's something to do with immigration. I don't know why that, you know, like that. Where did that word come from? Something to do with immigration. Stress there. But that is not connected to this angel of imagination. So trusting your imagination and asking your angel of imagination to help you escape from the drudgery in a healthy light. And the number 17 is significant for you too. So using that to your advantage. What other messages does the Angel of Imagination have? Your imagination is a glimpse of what you can and will bring into your life. And your affirmation is, I am inspired by my Angel of Imagination to use my imagination to bring my thoughts into reality. Woohoo! Sounds right to me. Okay, so what animal message is there for Capricorns for May in this confirmation card? Thank you. Nine of Spring is the Gazelle. You're worked hard and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. Okay, so you may have some annoying challenges, but you're going to get through them, and I do think that you will be prospering. You really will. Now, the other retrograde is also one that I feel is important to just highlight again, is that Venus retrograde in Gemini. Okay, so Venus retrograde for you Capricorns usually works so that you actually can achieve your goals and get more secure. There is that chance that if you're feeling undervalued by your workers or co-workers, that you may just give them a bit of a nudge through this Venus retrograde to give you a bit of acknowledgement for all that you're sacrificed really in order to keep going. Okay, so it is in your work area, so you may have to still continue to drudge through it all, and Venus retrograde is also a wonderful time for you to really take really good care of yourself and look after your health issues. If there's anything that you didn't get onto in the past, and it may come back and start niggling and giving you the heads up that, you know, now's the time to get that checked out. A Venus retrograde is a good time to go and get that checked out, because it's bound to come back in a Venus retrograde to give you the nudge along. Okay? So thank you Capricorn for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my channel, and I really would love to hear from you, and let me know how things are going for you this month, Capricorns. I'm sending many blessings and much love to you all. Namaste.